Hey everyone, I'm super bored and I was really angry because I just wasted a bunch of money on one of those stupid ass kettle things to warm up water for tea and it broke. Like the glass part broke, so I took it all apart because that's what I do. And this I kept just because I'll probably use it somewhere when I wire something up. It's just a regular cord. But what's more interesting is how these things turn themselves off. It's a really simple science class physics thing, and I'm just gonna show you all what it is. So here is the little switch that turns it on. So on, and then it clicks off. And if you've used these, you know that click noise, right? And then this is the base where it gets its power from. And basically you have, let me see here, which one's the outer? Tough to tell. I think this is the outer one here, which is the ground, and then there's two hot wires. This is the part that's normally on the actual like pot itself, on the kettle itself, and so you flip it upside down, and the interesting part here is the safety. You see how this is outside ring is just slightly higher than these two inside rings, or than the post and the inside ring? So these two inside ones give you the power. This outside one is the ground. And if you notice here, this is at the very top, whereas with the metal inside here, and the metal, let me see if I can get to it, inside the second ring there, they're deeper down. Actually, you can't even really see it. Yeah, there it is. You see it's like most of the way, let me see, most of the way down on the inside there. The reason is, this is what's called make first, break last. And so the idea is, since the ground is there for safety, like if you have a short, the energy will go to ground. So the point is that this outside ring touches first when it connects. And especially with something like a kettle where there's oftentimes, lots of water there. The point is that it makes the ground first, and then it makes the two power connections. And that way, presumably, it's a little bit safer. But let's forget that for a minute, because this part's the kind of more interesting part. So these work with a bimetal switch, and basically the way to think about it is, and there are three of them on this one actually. So you've got one right there, 2, 3, and you see how these kind of are like springs? Like let me see if I can do it. They sort of click down and click back up. And that's the noise that you're used to hearing. And basically what that is there's two pieces of metal that are not similar, that are dissimilar. That's why it's called bimetal switch. And when they heat up, they expand at different rates. And so because of that, like let's say that the top metal expands faster than the bottom one, it'll start to bend it like this. And that's what makes and breaks that connection. So I'll show you quickly in this one what I'm talking about. So out of operation, ooh, it's really weird. Let me see here. The O for out of operation, the I for in operation, at least I think that's what that stands for. So if I click it on, nope, that's off, sorry. If I click it on, then this little switch on the back pops in and out. And let me see if I can get it to show. Yeah, you can kind of see there's a little piece of plastic on the inside. Now what happens when you heat that up? Let's see. Watch this. If I can get it to work. You probably shouldn't do this, by the way, because you might burn yourself. Yeah, okay, I lit the plastic on fire as well. But did you hear the click? So that is all that it takes. I'll try and do that again without burning everything. So you see when you heat it up, it does that like expansion thing and it clicks off. So there's one switch in here. So one of the power legs comes up to here and then goes back down. And if that switch is open, then the power is not going. If it's closed, in other words, cool, then the power is allowed to flow. And what's in the bottom of that thing is just a heating element, just an electric heater. It's nothing special. It's a 2,000 watt resistive heater from this one. By the way, this little extra thing, and there it clicks because it just cooled down. This little extra thing was just to open up the top. Actually, I'll probably get that out of the way. Let me see. Yeah, unfortunately, the whole thing comes off when you do that. But at any rate, this part of it that moves was just like to pop the top open, like it would spring open. So anyways, ignore that crap. Now we're in this. So again, if you recall from looking at this one, there's one ground and then there's two power legs. So the one switch will turn off one of the power legs. That's the little thumb switch at the top. And then down here, you have these two. And basically, let me see. Yeah, power comes in here. Remember, this is upside down when it's in the pot. But power comes in here and goes out these two. It comes in the center and the middle ring. And it goes out these two, and then it goes to the heater. So, this is actually, the pot would be upside down. Let me see if we can look inside of it. There's a lot of extra plastic here that's kind of in the way. I don't want to break it off right now. So, if you look inside, you can see, sorry, it's not focusing. You see that little piece of white there? If I click this, you see how it drops down? Now, let me see if I can get to this side and maybe you can see better. Sorry, I'm really not used to using the camera like this. Okay. So you see that right there. See how that opens up? That's the actual switch where the power goes. And it's basically just two little contacts, and it pops off and then connects and pops off and connects. So you know what's going to happen, and I'll try to do it anyways to show you. Let's see. If I leave it like this, can you see? And then heat it up. So let's see if it'll pop back. See that? And it's basically just you heat it up and it pops the one direction, you heat it back up, or you let it cool down and it pops the other. Let me see if I can get a good angle from this side. There's the little contact thing. So I warm it up. The contact's open. Let it cool down. Did you see that? I'll do it one more time because the angle kind of sucked. I realize. All right, I think you can see it there. Oop. Okay. And watch right there in the center of that, where you can see my finger through. Come on, you damn thing. And all that is again these little discs. And let me try and give you a good angle. They pop open and close. And that is the bimetal switch. And of course the shape of it determines also how it closes and the temperature at which it opens and closes, at which it sort of, pops, springs back and forth. And and there we go, I lost a camera. That's all right, we're almost done anyways. So, cool. So the temperature and determine the shape determine when it'll pop open and closed. And with 3 of these in there, the idea is that if any of those 3 heat up, beyond the point at which they're supposed to, then they'll snap and it will cut the power to the thing. And then that's why when your kettle's done cooking, you hear click, click, click. It's just a tiny piece of metal. Two different types of metal that are just clicking back and forth. That's all it is. And I was bored, so you got a video out of it, so you're welcome. And hopefully this was informative. I won't tell you that these things break all the time, and the easy way to make them work again is to just connect these two wires together, because if I told you that, that would be dangerous. So I'm not going to tell you that. But if you were to do that, then you got to be really careful. Some of these only have a single bimetal switch, and when you do that, when you make this connection, there's power that runs, and it will continue to run until you've burned the house down. And then what you end up with is, I don't know if you can see it, probably not. Yeah, there's some melty plastic in there. That's what you end up with bimetal switches if you bypass them, because they're there for safety. So don't do that, which you can do by just connecting the wires together, and you should not ever do. So anyways, hope that was informative. Sorry about the crappy video. I just figured out how to get two cameras working at once, so whatever. This is what you get. Hope this helps somebody. Enjoy.